How you guys doing? This is Scott Thomas with landparker.com. Here to show you about one of my favorite areas in southern Colorado. It's Alamosa area, Alamosa County. So first things, if you go to our website, landparker.com, we have a little introduction. As you scroll down, we always have the properties right here so you can look at them. You can see as of recording of this video, we have a few in the Northern California area, and then we have two right now in this Alamosa area. So depending on when you're watching this video, obviously we'll have different listings available, but I wanted to kind of just explain this area, explain our process, and get you comfortable. And then also just kind of show you what's available right now, but depending on when you're watching this video, obviously we'll have different properties available. So when you go to our website, you click on a listing, right away we show you what the price is. So you can see this one here, it's 5 acres in Alamosa County, Colorado, the Mount Blanca Valley Ranches. It's 200 down to buy, 200 a month for 6 years. We have a little description of the area, and then we have some photos. So there's always a carousel of photos. You can click down here, or there's the little arrows here. You can just click through and look. You see there's power lines on the main road here, and then it branches off from there. But so as you scroll down, you can see a map. This is what we'll do first. We can click View Larger Map right here. This is just a basic Google Maps. And we'll get this out of the way. So just to get our bearings here, let's zoom out. You can click on this to see the normal view. Okay, so here's the beautiful U.S., best country in the world. You got state of Colorado right here. As you zoom in, it's down here in central Colorado, so you can see the big cities. Denver's about 3 hours away. I think Colorado Springs is about 2 hours. You just take the highway down. You got Pueblo. To the south, you got Santa Fe, New Mexico, and there's Albuquerque. So kind of in between a few different big cities as far as big international airports, and then there's some smaller airports. But as you zoom in, you can kind of see you got the Rio Grande National Forest over here. There's the main city, Alamosa, right here is about 15, 20 minutes, depending on which property you're looking at. This one here is right off the highway, so it's a little bit closer, but a lot of the other land that we're going to sell in this area is probably right all in this circle here. So about 20 minutes to get to the city of Alamosa. That has a Walmart, gas stations, hotels, grocery stores, Starbucks. There's a golf course. Pretty much anything you would want to need is right in that area. You can see there's the golf course. So let's see what else is in here. We got AT&T store, Starbucks, different places. I think the Walmart's, right there. Bunch of different stuff. There's sports. There's this Adams State University College, different churches, and pretty much anything you would need is right in there. Let's zoom back out. Let's switch over. I like the satellite view so I can see what's going on with the greenery and different things. So just to the southeast, there's the small town of Blanca, and then there's Fort Garland. Those are, from this property, actually a little bit closer, but pretty small, maybe 500 people, less than 1,000 people live there. So a couple local restaurants, probably some gas stations, maybe a local store, antique shop, but all the big box stores, all your main shopping would probably be in Alamosa. But Blanca, Fort Garland, fun to visit and meet some locals and try out some restaurants and stuff. So for the fun stuff to do in the area, right up to the northeast here, you can see Blanca Peak. I think it's a little over 14,000 feet high mountain. You're welcome to hike and go explore. You also got Mount Lindsay right next to it. I think there's a few others in the area. Right above that is one of my favorites, Zapata Falls, which is a waterfall. Let's click on that, see if we can get some photos. But you can park and hike. You can see there's it frozen. Looks like this guy took his dog out there. That's pretty cool. But yeah, some really good views of the valley. You get up to the top of here and look out to the west, which is where the properties are that we're selling. You can get a good view from up there. It's pretty cool. So there's the waterfall. Lots of good reviews. This guy went in the winter, said it was freezing. But yeah, just a cool place to hike, to go check out. Like I said, some views of the valley, and then also just see the waterfall. And a little bit north of that, something super unique that I've never seen anywhere else that's really cool is this Great Sand Dunes National Park and Preserve. You can see here over 10,000 reviews. National park, got these big old sand dunes that you can hike and even like snowboard down. I guess sandboard is what you call it, but um, really cool, kind of something unique that you don't usually see. But like I said, it's a national park. You can see the entrance there. So it's pretty well protected and preserved. Yeah, sometimes there's a little creek water on the side of it, but really cool spot to go visit. Very interesting, very unique, and kind of fun spot. You can go hiking and just play on the sand dunes and stuff. Take your dogs out there. Let's close that. What else we got? You can see this whole mountain range kind of goes up. There's multiple mountains. Lots of farms in this area. You can kind of see all these little circles. If anyone's familiar with farming, that's kind of what that means, right? People growing different crops and just the way they water them. They have those big sprinklers that kind of spin around on a circle on the big old wheels. So a lot of farmland kind of up through here, and then right in here is the main residential area. So we are selling some properties in this area that are about 1 to 2 acres, and then a lot of the 5-10 acre lots are kind of all in this area. So that's where this one we're looking at here is, as well as some of the other ones that we're getting ready to have. So over to the west, you also have this Monte Vista National Wildlife Refuge. Really cool spot. It's got lots of different trails you can hike. Let's see if we can get some. Let's look at the reviews here. Get some photos of actually people out there. Yeah, so lots of birds. Yeah, there's migration season. So there's a bunch of cool cranes that came in. Just a cool spot to hike and kind of check out some birds. It's like a little creek. Just nice place. Look, this guy went in the snow with his kids. That's cool. Went hiking. I know they have like signage. Yeah, here we go. So as you walk around, little descriptions of the animals and birds and different things, and kind of make it like an educational thing with your kids. I think it's fun to do that kind of stuff. My kids love that. So that is the Monte Vista National Wildlife Refuge. And right here in the middle, so a lot of properties we're selling are right in this area, so really close to them. You can kind of see it looks kind of funny with the green water here. So it's the Blanca Wetlands, protected by the Bureau of Land Management. You can see that there, the BLM. But there's a nature trail going through there. But same thing, similar to the other refuges, there's pockets of water and lots of birds come down. It's a lot of birds actually stop through here when they're migrating from up north, Canada, and different areas. They'll kind of stop by. It's really cool. So if you time it right, you can see some interesting stuff that you don't normally see. This person had a good time out there. It's a great photo here. Really beautiful. Let's see what else. Oh, that's right. The San Luis State Park or State Wildlife Area. So really cool spot. You can kind of see as you zoom in, there's a whole campground and kind of RV station. So if you're just visiting the area, or if you own some land and maybe you have some friends coming in town to hang out, they can go park the RV up there and hang out. So campground, I think you can tent or RV. They have a few different options. But really beautiful out there. You have some picnic tables. I think there's even some areas to cook and stuff, or you can bring in your RV or fifth wheel. So but I know you can go out on this lake, some fishing and boating and kayaking and different stuff to do. So good lake to have fun on, explore. Like I said, also if you just are in the area, great spot to go. And something I've noticed, we've been selling land in this area for probably about 8-9 years, and these little things were not here before, so it's funny because I keep seeing them. So something you might be familiar with, a lot of people are just into the kind of Airbnb, VRBO, glamping, camping type situation. So there's some people, which I give credit to, I think it's really cool they're doing this. They're buying land in this area. Not a ton, but you can see there's a few. There's one here, one here, one here, where they are buying land and then setting up, little tiny houses or just nice camp spots with, you see this guy here has like a little camping or kind of cooking sitting area. So, but they're renting it out. They're letting people come in and pay a couple $100 a night and stay and kind of get a glamping camping experience. And then I think they're doing tours of, San Luis Lake. They're probably going up to the sand dunes and making it kind of a, tourism recreational situation, which is really cool. So I think it just shows that obviously there is some fun stuff to do in this area, and it's starting to become, it's not Disney World, but clearly there's kind of a need for these little kind of camping tourism spots, which is really cool. So still very much a rural recreational area. I wouldn't expect it to kind of blow up. I think the city of Alamosa has maybe 10,000 people right now, so definitely still that small town kind of vibe with just a lot of outdoor enthusiasts and recreation and things to do like that. But it is kind of cool to see a couple little people being entrepreneurs and opening that kind of stuff. So I think that's cool when I see that. But yeah, so the property we're looking at right now, I think, is right down here. It's funny, there's another little family campground thing. It's right off, I think, the highway here, but I know we're going to have a few others kind of throughout here. So depending on when you're watching this video, there'll probably be a different property available. But yeah, let's go back to this one specifically. So like I said, when you go to a listing, you scroll down, there's photos, then there's kind of a Google map, which is kind of what we were just doing. We were playing around. You can zoom out, see the area, all the different cities and things to do. And obviously you can zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. We always drop these little pins kind of right on the property. So this one is right here. It's a 5-acre rectangle. It's essentially like a rectangle like this, and then there's one above it. So this little block here between the streets probably has like 10 of them. It's probably like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see this guy. I don't know why, but he's clearing out his or doing something with that. That's interesting. But there's a person living here, a person up here. So a few neighbors, but no one directly here. You can see this guy's using his, building a driveway, doing something. So, like I said, still very much a rural area, but people are starting to kind of move in and start to use their properties. As you scroll around, you can see different people are building and doing things. So something we always have on our listings is this link right here. You can just click on it, and essentially will take you to Google Maps, but it's kind of more of like a driving directions setup. So if you want to go visit it, it just pops in the GPS. You hit directions, just put in your starting point. Let's say you live in, I don't know, Colorado Springs. Put that in there. And then it'll just give you a map. So 2 hours, 30 minutes, not too bad. And then you print this out, or I'm sure just do it on your phone. But that'll give you driving directions directly to the property. What we do, that's just based off this GPS right here. So we drop a pin of the GPS exactly in the middle of the property. That's based on the county mapping and just what they've given us. I always tell people, once you buy a property, if you're going to build a fence or build a house or develop it or do something more permanent than just using it for camping or investment or recreation, I would highly suggest getting a surveyor to come out. So it's a couple $100. You hire a surveyor, they come out with the actual county map, and they will find your parcel. They'll use the different waypoints and things that they're on the map, and they'll tell you exactly where the boundaries are of your property. So it's really important. So you're not, building a house and it's encroaching on your neighbor's land. So, but in the meantime, it's a big, 5-acre rectangle. So there's plenty of space out there. So I think the GPS is accurate enough just to get a feel for, where your property is, and you can go enjoy it for camping, RV, that kind of thing. But once you're ready to put some more money into it and develop it, definitely just spend a couple $100, get the survey, know exactly where your boundaries are, and you can kind of mark them or put a fence up or something. So as you scroll down, here is the kind of county map from their website, which a lot of these are getting better. For some reason, Alamosa's overlay, I've noticed, isn't exactly accurate. So the property actually starts at Front Street, and then it's a big rectangle going up. So this overlay, for some reason, has it down on the highway, which doesn't make sense. So I know this here is actually like an easement that the county or city owns. So the actual property starts at Front Street. So it'll be, here, up, it's a rectangle, similar to, you kind of see this, guys. So, but, it's still there for reference. You can see it's a kind of big rectangle, 5 acres. If you're not familiar with an acre, it's about it's about the size of a football field. So imagine 5 football fields together. It's actually a lot of land. So, and this one, it looks like we actually have the neighboring property, which anytime we have 2 lots next to each other, we'll list them individually, but then we always mention that we own them both. So you're welcome to buy them both and own 10 acres, or you can buy one, have a family or friend or someone buy the neighboring one. It's kind of cool. You guys can get land next to each other. I like that idea. So as you scroll down our listing, we always showed stuff to do in the area. So we already went through this with my quick little overview, but you can read more about. Usually, we have links to each of the things. You can kind of see how close. So those wetlands are about 20 minutes away that we talked about. You see some people hiking there, looking at birds and stuff. There's good fishing. Mount Blanca over to the east, we quickly talked about. That wildlife refuge is about 14 minutes away, nice and close. Scroll down, there's the San Luis Park I mentioned, about 20 minutes to the north. The sand dunes I mentioned, the national park is up there about 20 minutes to the northeast. So a lot of cool stuff to do within 30-minute drive. I think it's a really great location, just depending on what you're looking for. Oh, here we go. Yeah, here's a girl sandboarding. I don't know if that's the official name, but that's what I call it. I think it's pretty cool. There's the Zapata Falls waterfall I mentioned. So as you scroll down, sorry, I know there's a lot of stuff on here, but we like to just provide as much information as possible. Here's the nearby cities. Alamosa about 20 minutes, like I mentioned, has everything you would need. And then Blanca's about 10 minutes away. Fort Garland's about 15 minutes, another small town. So you can see here just small, one-story buildings, a little market. As you get into, there's probably just some local restaurants and gas stations and stuff. And then we provide driving distance to some of the nearby big cities. So as you scroll down, here's what I call the nitty-gritty details, right? So here's the state, county, city, subdivision, APN of the property. So if you're not familiar with this, it stands for Assessor Parcel Number. So similar to how people, in the U.S. have a social security number, everyone has a unique, 8-digit social security number. Properties have a unique assessor parcel number. So the county assessor is in charge of the properties. They're kind of the record keepers. So every state and county does it different. Some have letters, some have numbers, and some are longer than others. But Alamosa County, this is how they do it. It's this set of numbers. So this specific property has this APN. So anytime you're looking at a property, always kind of know what the APN is. And that's how you can actually call the county. You can verify who owns it, which is something I would highly recommend if you're buying land from us or from someone else. Make sure the person you're talking to that's trying to sell you the land actually owns it. So you can call the Alamosa County Assessor and just give them the number and they'll say, yes, Land Sales LLC owns this. That's our company. They can also verify the size or any other information. Elevation about 7,600 feet here. Got zoning, map, links to the zoning group if you want to call them and talk about just what you can and can't do with the property. Property tax is only $77. That's great. That's really the only cost once you own the property, once you get it from us. So something I always mention, we have a 90-day money-back guarantee. So you are welcome to buy the property before seeing it. And then you have essentially 90 days to visit it. You don't have to. I have plenty of people who've bought land and they didn't get out there for a year or two. Just, they were out of state and they were comfortable with the photos and maps and looking at it and they wanted to go and lock it up and buy it and then they visited it later. But if you buy it and you can get out there within 90 days and for some reason it doesn't work out, or let's just say life happens, you buy the property and then 2 weeks later you lose your job or something happens. Like, I don't want to saddle you with this. I don't want it to be a burden for you. So, we do a 90-day full refund. So whatever you've paid, we're happy to just refund the full amount back to you if it's not a good fit or if something changed and you want to cancel the contract, get your money back. We're happy to do that. So like I said, you're welcome to visit the property before you buy. Just use those driving directions and those maps that I mentioned up above, the GPS, and head on out there. You can park on the road and just even spend a night out there if you want. Just make sure no one's bought it yet. Obviously, I don't want you out there if someone just purchased it. So, but you're welcome to visit the land before you buy it. Visit a few if you see a few out there that are available. But if not, like I said, you can buy it before you see it and take advantage of the 90-day money-back guarantee if you need to. So. As you get down here, this is where you can actually buy the property. So you see purchase info, pre-approved, no credit or background checks. This is something we pride ourselves on. We're not going to, dig into your credit history or really make you do any lengthy applications. We just, like to trust people. Kind of, if you can afford the down payment and afford to make the monthly payments, we're going to trust that you're going to be good for it and you can, fulfill your obligations. And we're happy to sell you the land and make it work for both of us. So. Something else, we don't do closing costs. I don't want to badmouth other land companies, but I've seen a lot of guys do what they call dock fees or closing fees. I don't really know what they're charging for, but essentially to buy the property, they just charge you an extra $300, $500. I've seen pretty high amounts. But we don't do that. If you want to buy this property right now, it's simply the 200 down. You just click on this buy now button, and it'll pop up into a little payment form, and you put in your name, mailing address, email, phone number, and then the next screen will ask for a debit or credit card, and you can put it in file, and it'll charge you the 200 down to buy it. And then once we get the payment, we will prepare the closing documents, and we send those over through I think we're using DocuSign right now to send essentially an e-signature. So you'll get an email that says you have documents from Scott at Land Parker. You can review them on your phone, tablet, computer, whatever's easier for you, and sign them. So once we have the down payment from you and you sign the contracts, you are good to go. You're welcome to start using the property essentially right away. So we try to make it really simple. And then 30 days from now, it'll start charging the $200 a month. So you make the down payment, sign the paperwork, and then 30 days from now, you'll get an email from, we use MoonClerk. It's kind of a payment, software, I guess, that's attached to Stripe. Stripe is a pretty big credit card processor that a lot of small and medium-sized businesses use for e-commerce and different things. So we use MoonClerk. You'll get an email from them saying, hey, in 3 days, your $200 is going to be charged for your land. So you can log in there and change your card on file if you need to, or even if you want to just cancel that and just kind of make manual payments every month. We're happy to do that. Or if you're old school and you want to mail in a money order or check every month, I'm happy to do that as well. But most people just like the convenience of the kind of monthly recurring plan. Just kind of set it and forget it, and then, change your card if you need to. So one more thing I want to mention, though, here is the price for this 5 acres in Alamosa. You can see it's a 6-year financing deal. $200 a month times 72 months ends up being $14,600. So we're happy to sell it for less if you want to pay it off quicker. So what we do is a 15% discount. This is standard. This is for every property we sell, including this one. Once you get the property under contract by making your down payment and sign the paperwork, if a year or two from now you get a large check, you sell something, you get a tax refund, who knows, a bonus from work, and you want to go and pay me off, we will actually give you a discount to pay it off early. So we're not going to make you pay this total price if you don't want to. If let's say you call me a couple years from now and say, hey Scott, the balance right now is $10,000, but I'm ready to pay it off early. I'll say, okay, great. We can do a 15% discount. So actually just pay me $8,500 and we'll go ahead and deed it to you. So you can save yourself $1,500. So obviously the sooner you pay it off, the more of a discount you get. So kind of an incentive there to just do it as early as possible if you can. But if not, happy to go the full term, pay the $14,600. A lot of people are, still do that. I think it's a good price at that. But like I said, you can save some money if you pay it off early. And we're also always welcome to a cash offer. So if you have the money and want to save even more than 15%, give us a call and we'll kind of maybe negotiate a 12-month financing deal or even just an outright cash purchase for a lot lower than this. So that's the process. That's the property. So depending when you're watching this video, this property chances are will probably be sold, but you can always go to our homepage, and we always list, I think, 6 properties right here on the homepage. Try not to overwhelm the homepage with all the listings, but we usually put a sample here, and then if you want to see what all we have, you can go to properties. So this is in Colorado, and you can see right now we just have these 2 listed, the neighboring ones, but I know we're about to list maybe a few more, and depending when you're watching this, there'll probably be some different ones available. So just click on the listing, you can view listing, and then look at all the information. Click here for financing, takes you all the way down to the bottom where that button is. Click buy now, and like I said, put in your information, and then the next screen will ask for your card, and that's it. And then you get the docs, sign them, and you're good to go. So feel free to contact us if you have any questions. Happy to talk to people. I think we have some stuff on here. We have reviews, different things, but click on contact, and here's our phone number. I think we have a Facebook Messenger set up, or you can just send an email. That's what most people do. So happy to talk to you about the property or our company or the kind of purchase process if you have any questions or concerns. So thanks for watching. Until next time, again, this is Scott with landparker.com. Best of luck to you. God bless.